Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for yet another video. If you're new here, hello, my name is Brielle and welcome to the family. Okay, so today's topic, I'm going to talk about the calling of the Lord. And when you see me looking down, just know like I'm reading from my notes, because today I had to jot down some things, because sometimes your brain can't remember everything, but I just wrote down like whatever downloads that I received and the things that I've researched as well that go hand in hand with what I'm going to like spew today. Okay, so the topic is when the Lord calls, answer even when you don't understand. And I know life can get a little bit tricky, when it comes to calling and what you're supposed to do and what, like the calling over your life, basically, So today, and I feel like this topic goes hand in hand with obedience, that's why it's called when the Lord calls, answer even when you don't understand, because from our human perspective, we tend to want to understand things first before we can indulge in them, but I'm here to tell you guys today that when it comes to the Lord, you don't have to understand what he, like the reason behind what he's calling you to do. All you gotta do is obey. And the example that I'm going to use today is Abraham. Like on Sunday, this Sunday that has just passed, when I went to church, like one of the readings in church was about, when the Lord told Abraham to pack his things and leave his home country and go to a foreign land, and the text said like Abraham trusted the Lord and obeyed even though he didn't know like where he was going. Like honestly, when I think about it, like there's a reason why Abraham is known as the father of faith, because in all instances Abraham never questioned the Lord. All he did was obey. When the Lord would tell him like, I want you to do this, he wouldn't ask questions. He would just do what the Lord has told him to do, and that takes trust as well. Obedience goes hand in hand with trust, because you cannot obey someone you don't trust. Like you won't take their word for it if you don't trust them. And that's why developing your trust in the Lord is essential, or is crucial rather, because in our walk with the Lord, it requires big faith, big trust, big obedience, So another statement that I wrote down was that obedience is better than sacrifice. Like even in the Bible, it says that like you might sacrifice a lot of things, but if you're not in obedience of the Lord, then I feel like all your work is in vain. Like obedience is more. That is why even the Lord tells us that to show him you love him, you gotta obey him. That just tells you that obedience is a big thing, and it's crucial in your walk of faith. That is what gets you to new heights. That is what increases your faith. That is what increases your relationship and your intimacy with the Lord, So don't take obedience lightly, because it's very important, and we have to learn to trust God even when we don't know where we're going, when we're not sure of the path that we're in. As long as you know it's a calling and it's the voice of the Lord that called you to do it, then don't worry about the outcome or like the destination. It's all in the hands of the Lord. All right. So another statement that I want to pass on to you guys is that obedience shows your level of faith to God. You know, because how much you like you believe in the Lord, or how much you love the Lord, excuse me, will be shown in your level of obedience. You know, because you can't say you love the Lord and you're not being obedient to Him, what He's calling you to do, the commands He's given you to follow. You know, that will just show that you love Him by word of mouth, but not your heart. You know, and that goes hand in hand with like faith without works is dead. And I feel like this is a topic for another day, because it's something that we have to dive in deeply. You know, so most of us understand that statement from like the surface level, but there's a deeper level to it, you know. So we'll talk about it in another video, God willing. You know, and then without faith it is impossible to please God, definitely. I feel like, you know, because like I don't know, like in your walk of faith, there is no way you can prove to God that you love Him without even showing that you have faith in Him, you know. Yeah, if that makes sense. Then there's a principle of obedience. You know, like it's voluntary, it's not forced. That is why we have free will. You know, the Lord will not coerce you into obeying Him. You know, like He wants you to come to Him willingly, because when you come to the Lord willingly, you'll do His work perfectly. You know, like just even in real life, just think about it. You know, when you're given work to do and you don't want to do it, you will not do that work to perfection. You know, because you'll have to like you'll do it with, what's the word, I'm looking for the perfect word, shingo pande, you know. I don't know the perfect word, but I'll say shingo pande for those who get me, you know. Like you won't do it to perfection, you won't do it with love willingly, you know. It will be like you're being forced to do it, you know. And that's why that's a principle of obedience. The Lord will wait for you. I saw this statement that said, you know, a lot of us wait on the Lord to do something, not knowing that the Lord is waiting on you. Because the Lord already knows the plans He has for your life. He already knows, He knows you inside out, you know. So He's just waiting on you to get on board, you know. Yeah. Then there is rewards of obedience. You know, like I think I have this in one of my videos, but I'm just gonna go through them on the surface, just to remind you guys, because I feel like, you know, some of us maybe have forgotten, you know, and we need a reminder. So through me, you're gonna get that. So the first one is, you will be blessed wherever you go, honey. Like that should just motivate you, you know. Your children will be blessed, as in it's a generational thing, bruv, you know. Like through you, when you obey, it flows and flows. The Lord continues to bless you, your children, your children's children, you know, and so on and so forth. God will protect you, so you will earn protection from the Lord. He will grant you abundant prosperity, honey. I mean, everything you set your hand on will be successful, you know. And about this, I want you guys to get that, you know, when the Lord says this, it also takes patience and work to be able to get to this level, you know. So it needs you to also get off your comfort zone and to do the work, you know. Because the Bible also says we should not be weary in doing good, for in due time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up, you know. So the Bible is telling us to stay patient and to keep working, to keep moving, because in due time, when the time is right, when the Lord appointed time reaches, then you'll reap your harvest. And last but not least, the Lord will help you to stand out, you know. So meaning the Lord will guide you, like, and the Bible also says, you know, your gift will make room for you, you know, and in this the Lord will also help you, you know. So yeah, like, that's it for my notes that I had for you guys. But I just want to encourage you guys, like, to stay obedient to the Lord, even when it doesn't make sense to you, even when you don't see why, even when you don't see the end result from where you're standing. Like, it will all come together and make sense when everything is done, you know. So stay obedient. When you have a calling from the Lord, please answer it, even when you don't understand. And trust me, there will be a big difference in your work and in your life. All right? Yeah. So that's the message of the Lord to you guys today through me. And you know, I wish you guys a great day ahead and stay blessed. So I'll catch you in my next video. Adios.